Tonight on To The Point, the county district attorney suing Sacramento over the city's homeless problem. The DA calling the excessive camps an erosion of everyday life. Another high-ranking state official speaking out on the group buying up thousands of acres of land in Solano County. He says he wants to make sure everything they're doing is legal. And we sit down with the man helping make dreams come true for young local soccer players. He explains his commitment to the generation of Northern California stars.
Tonight, the Sacramento County DA is saying enough is enough when it comes to homelessness. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is To The Point. I'm Alex Abell. And just hours ago, the DA's office filed a lawsuit against the city of Sacramento saying it's not doing enough to keep people off the streets. They say that this is a disservice to the housed and the unhoused. So Sacramento County had nearly 9,300 homeless people in 2022. That is up 2/3 from 2019. More than half of those people live within Sacramento city limits. And let's be clear, this suit didn't come out of nowhere. District Attorney Tien Ho promised back in August to sue the city if they didn't implement his enforcement recommendations in 30 days. Our Rebecca Habegger has been following this for months and joins us right now this evening.
Yeah, Alex, since late June, the district attorney's office has publicly criticized the city's response to the homeless crisis, or lack thereof, as he likes to say. The city says it is taking meaningful steps towards solutions. But in the latest move today, the DA says too little, too late, and he's taking the city to court.
The community is at a breaking point.
In a packed Tuesday morning news conference, Sacramento County District Attorney Tien Ho announced he had just filed a civil lawsuit against the city of Sacramento.
Specifically that it's allowed, created, and enabled a public safety crisis regarding our unhoused.
Surrounding him are neighbors impacted by criminal activity in homeless encampments who say they've called 311 and Sacramento police repeatedly but seen no change.
It makes a community like mine feel like we're helpless and hopeless at times.
Stephen Walton is a community advocate in Del Paso Heights and Old North Sacramento. He says the Del Paso bike trail is overrun with homeless encampments and crime.
We've watched open drug dealing, drug usage, human trafficking, and prostitution. It's willful neglect to a historically underserved, underrepresented, and under-resourced community.
Later, in a one-on-one interview, I asked Ho what he wants out of this lawsuit.
Although the victims and the plaintiffs have lost money, nobody here as part of this lawsuit is seeking a single dime. All we want is to have the court impose upon the city, force them, require them to take certain steps that they're supposed to do to keep our streets safe and clean.
He said he's preparing for a trial with hundreds of witnesses. I asked him to avoid all that time and money. Would he be willing to settle with the city?
If we can avoid trial, I'm absolutely open to that. But I'm also going to prepare and have several hundred witnesses ready to testify about how the city's actions and inactions have negatively affected them.
In response, Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg issued a statement saying, in part, the DA's lawsuit will not clear a single sidewalk nor get a single person off the streets. We are working day and night to enforce our laws and provide relief to our community while avoiding the futile trap of just moving people endlessly from one block to the next. Frankly, we have no time for the district attorney's performative distraction from the hard work we all need to do together. He pointed to the 1,200 shelter beds established in his 7 years as mayor.
And Becca joins us now. We also heard from the city attorney today, too.
Yeah, Alex, she sent us a statement in which she said, in part, it sadly appears the DA would rather point fingers and cast blame than partner to achieve meaningful solutions for our community. The city looks forward to responding to the DA's claims in court.
And a lot of neighbors have also said that they're fed up, too. You know, what should they be doing right now?
Well, you know, this morning, the press conference, the DA advised people should keep reporting homeless camp nuisances to 311. He says we have to document it. He points out even if the caller doesn't get the results they're looking for. And of course, if you see an actual crime happening in progress, he says, go ahead and call 911.
All right, Becca, thank you so much. And you know we will be following this. All right, this is a map of places that may have felt shaking after 6 different earthquakes hit southwest of Modesto yesterday. It's a story that we have been following closely. The largest of the 6 came in at a magnitude of 4.5. Our Roxana Leah spent the day in Stanislaus County speaking with people who felt that shaking. She explains that it was so bad that some people even evacuated their homes and waited for the shaking to stop.
Alex, we drove all around Patterson, and the earthquakes were pretty much the talk of the town, all the way from downtown to residential areas such as this one. Families say that they were at home and that they feared for their safety.
I was sitting down at dinner, and it felt like the floor was rising up and the house was shaking from side to side. It was very scary.
After almost 40 years of living in Patterson, Rebecca Kane says she was caught off guard when she felt multiple earthquakes hit her home. The grandmother says she was at home with her grandson when it happened, causing her concern.
Because everything could go flat real fast. I mean, if it lasted longer, like back in the 80s when we had the big one at 8 or 9, it probably could take the house down.
Families say it took them by surprise because they don't usually experience earthquakes here that often. But experts say it's actually not uncommon.
There are lots of little faults, and sometimes they may become more active and then they stop for a while and then they become more active again later. So I would again say that it's, at this point, nothing unexpected.
The worry for J. Paul McGraw and his family is if the earthquakes could cause damage to their home.
You can hear a lot of creaks in the house, especially like as houses get older, they get more worn down over time. And so, you know, sometimes we have to think like, how does it impact our house and the construction of the home?
He says his father works in construction and plans to assess the home. In the meantime, Patterson families tell us this serves as a reminder they need to be prepared.
We really do, definitely, America. We have to have especially in California, we need to get a plan. We need to have a bag packed, ready to go. Have all your papers, your passport, you know, all your important papers in some kind of package. You know, be ready to go because we just never know.
Now, there is a useful tool out there for Android and iPhone users. It's free. It's called My Shake app, and it actually delivers visual and audio warnings. Back to you in studio.
And that was our Roxanne Elias reporting. All lanes of State Route 4 in Stockton are back open after this 18-wheeler crashed off the side of the road. CHP said there were only minor injuries. At least 2 other cars were involved in the crash. And a trucking union drove across the Tower Bridge toward the Capitol building today. The union, known as the Teamsters, came to deliver a special message to Governor Gavin Newsom. So there's a bill headed to his desk from this legislative session that would effectively ban autonomous big rig trucks in California without a human safety operator on board. The group says signing the bill helps truckers keep their jobs and keeps the roads safe. However, CEO of Kodiak Robotics, a group that makes self-driving trucks, says that we need trucks like this to keep up with our shipping demands.
We all want our deliveries yesterday, and the fact of the matter is that there just aren't enough drivers to meet that type of demand.
Arizona and Texas already have laws allowing these kind of trucks on the road. Despite the protests, California is moving forward with its transportation goals. The governor's office announced the state recently finished installing 10,000 electric vehicle rapid chargers, more than a year before schedule. Newsom's office says this brings the total to nearly 100,000 public and private chargers in the state. ABC 10 has found a document that shows Flannery Associates, the group named with buying all of this land in and around Travis Air Force Base, also bought land in Sacramento County, too. Now the state's district attorney is the latest high-ranking state official to ask questions about what the group is doing in Solano County and why. Flannery has announced plans to build a mega city in the area. They've been buying land in Solano County since 2018. AG Rob Bonta says his office is working to make sure that everything happening with the group is legally above board.
That's important. I think this is going to get fully vetted. We'll have a fuller understanding over time with what exactly is happening, with the goals, the desired outcomes, and be able to provide a fuller assessment and evaluation that can guide any potential action after that.
We have reached out to speak with Flannery Associates ourselves. They say they'll get back to us soon. A 19-year-old man from Placer County was lucky to walk away after he was stuck hanging from a rope 30 feet down from the Forest Hill Bridge. The teen was making a video when he got stuck. According to the Placer County Sheriff's Office, first responders were able to rescue him. If you've never seen the bridge, it stands at about 730 feet up above the American River. That's nearly twice as tall as any building in Sacramento. He and his friend were both cited for trespassing. Still to come, an update on a strike that could impact hundreds of thousands of auto workers all across the Midwest.
Still tracking a few showers in the Sierra. Thunderstorms quiet for now, and big changes coming to the forecast with rain possible in the valley.
Plus, a new Northern California soccer team and their coach who's making a commitment to the state's up-and-coming players.
I think my experience with that, I can definitely help these guys and show them directions and give them guidance.
Plus, during Hispanic Heritage Month, some players tell us why the sport goes way beyond the field. To the Point is back after this. All right, checking on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods. It was beautiful outside.
I know.
I got to sit in the backyard, and our Gilmore backyard, and, you know, sit outside, write some stories. It was nice and beautiful.
It certainly was. Yeah, just great fall weather right now. We've got temperatures that have been sitting pretty much in the 80s for the past couple of days. That coming into fruition much over the weekend, because last week we were deep into the 90s, had a very summer-like feel last week. This week it is all about fall-like conditions. Fairfield, Marysville, our stations went down earlier today, so those afternoon highs didn't come in. As far as our hourly forecast, temperatures in the 70s through 8 p.m., dropping into the 60s after that. Our sunset is at 7:08. Sunrise now, not until 6:51. We are getting to that point where we start to see those the sunrise and sunset going to be 12 hours apart. That'll be our autumnal equinox, which happens to be this Friday at 11:49. Before we get to that, though, we're talking fire danger. So late in the evening on Wednesday through Thursday, we've got an elevated fire risk because of increasing winds. So you can see how this is going to be unfolding. Tomorrow, late in the day, we start to see those winds increasing, especially on the west side of the valley, just off to the west of I-5, especially right through those coastal hills here. So for Clear Lake, Esparto, wind gusts up to about 30 miles per hour. If a spark starts, the fuel is very dry and it could spread very quickly. So we are going to be expecting to see just that bit of transition happening in the forecast. With it, we'll also get some cooler weather, the chance of showers that will take us through our Thursday, even into our early Friday forecast. And then things start to clear out for the weekend, but then even bigger changes in store for the 10-day forecast. And here you have it. You can see how those temperatures drop over the course of the weekend out of the 80s into the 70s with a chance of showers by next Tuesday for the valley.
All right, thanks, Monica. After the break, the latest on the country's auto worker strike and how long it could need to go on before prices could start to go up on cars. ABC 10 is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and we are telling stories that help you understand why it's important. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world with the unique ability to connect cultures and generations. Latinos in the U.S. make up the $1 trillion market for soccer, and one soccer club is helping local athletes trying to achieve their dreams of playing pro. ABC 10's Devin Truby reports from Oakland.
It has many names.
On soccer? Football. I call it footy. Soccer, football, footy, whatever you want to call it, is a world's game.
And meanings.
It's just an escape.
My therapy.
Life.
For me, soccer's
my everything.
Went to Irvington High School in Fremont, played soccer at Fresno State, 28 goals, drafted to the LA Galaxy, 9 years in Puerto Rico. Captain of the Puerto Rico Islanders, also captain of the Puerto Rico national team through 2 World Cup qualifying campaigns.
Rarely on the sideline as a player. Now it's where Noah Delgado spends every practice and game in his first year as Oakland Roots head coach.
Stuff, boys. I was in their shoes, you know what I mean? Like literally in their shoes.
Delgado has deep roots in Northern California and is making it his mission to give back to the new generations of soccer players.
You know, it's not always easy. You know, you get traded, you get cut, and then you look to what you can do. But I think my experience with that, I can definitely help these guys and show them directions and give them guidance.
It's something his mom, Jenna, saw in him from an early age.
The patience to teach him. He's just been with soccer since he's been 2 years old.
His first mentee, his younger brother, Eli.
I mean, knowing my whole life was a great mentor growing up.
The 2-year age difference made them teammates for life.
It's a dream to be able to play with your brother, you know, growing up. And then going to Puerto Rico to, you know, sign a contract, and he was there right with me. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for more in a brother.
The Oakland Roots began in 2018 and started signing players in 2019, including young Latinos from Northern California. Those efforts continue today with Project 510, targeting locals with hopes of becoming professionals.
I am pretty sure there's someone in the crowd tonight that one day will possibly be with the first team Oakland Roots.
That dream became a reality for 18-year-old Kieran Beckinsara from Berkeley at the rivalry game against Sacramento Republic, signing his first professional contract and his first game on the bench with the Oakland Roots.
A player like me, maybe if there wasn't a Project 510, I wouldn't have any opportunities, tryouts, or coaches looking at me from a professional team.
Beckinsara says he's looking forward to the opportunity for more coaching from Delgado.
I like his coaching because he brings confidence to me. Like, we're never negative, always positive, always in a good mood.
Roots captain Emra Clementa says he can see Delgado's guidance in the rookies on the field.
He's given those younger players a lot of confidence. He speaks to us from a player's perspective, not so much as a coach. And I think a lot of guys buy into that.
For Clementa, his relationship with Delgado is not only coach and player,
Good work, Emma.
but former team captain to a current one.
Being a leader, he's always telling me, be the voice, be the guy that, integrates that energy. And so he's just been very positive.
Delgado has always been a coach. Even as a player, he trained youth teams.
Head up, head up, head up, head up.
Along with his second assistant coach, Danilo Jean. The two use Project 510 to give kids opportunities they never had growing up.
If you wanted to play professionally, you had to go somewhere else. You had to leave somewhere. You had to go to another country. But thankfully now with Roots and having Project 510, you have this direct link.
Born in Mexico, Danilo moved with his parents to the States when he was 9. Growing up in Alameda, he played at Cal State East Bay, where the Roots now host their games. A full circle moment.
To help my local community and the kids, immigrant kids, which I was an immigrant kid also, is my dream come true.
Today, Danilo defines wins not by goals, but by helping local kids get their shot.
When I saw Edgar make his debut, it was one of the proudest moments of my coaching career, now winning titles.
Edgar Cruz and Danny Gomez, two local kids, now pros thanks to Project 510.
My name is Edgar Cruz, and I'm from Modesto, California.
Edgar made his professional debut before legally becoming an adult.
Dale, Edgar.
And fellow rookie midfielder Daniel Gomez became the first player from Project 510 to make it onto a USL Championship 1 team.
I'm 23 years old, and I went to college at California State University Stanislaus in Turlock, and I'm from Antigua.
For Cruz, Gomez, and Coach Delgado, their connection deeper than representing the same team, but sharing a similar culture, all introduced to the game they love by their fathers.
Every Hispanic dad would be watching the game. If you go to any Hispanic house, there's always soccer.
For Danny Gomez, the game is a connection to his family roots, being first generation.
My dad grew up in Mexico. He was born in Mexico, so over there it's all soccer. He kind of took that culture, brought it over to me, kind of introduced it to me.
Passing down tradition, lessons, connecting places and people.
Showing me the game at an early age, me playing with my friends growing up. So it's just like culture being brought down generations.
So while Noah Delgado may no longer be on the field, a true athlete knows a legacy can live on in players that come after you.
Show them what this beautiful game could give. It's given me everything. And now these young players we're helping them, giving them a platform to play.
And right now, Oakland Roots is giving fans a chance to be owners of the club. They are selling equity for the team for $100, so fans have a chance to have a say in the future of the team. The team has already raised more than $2 million since the form went live. The strike among workers at the big three car manufacturers has been going on for about 5 days now. The union that represents those companies' workers, the UAW, is picking specific plants to strike to put pressure on the car makers. The union is asking for a 40% wage hike, along with a shorter work week and better retirement benefits. These are things that the CEOs are saying are just not reasonable. The leader of the UAW says if they don't make any progress in their negotiations by Friday, they plan to make more workers walk off their jobs.
Keep hitting the company where we need to, when we need to. And we're not going to keep waiting around forever while they drag this out.
Financial experts say it would only take 1 month strike to lower inventory at dealerships and significantly raise car prices. When we come back, some exciting news for you Disney fans out there. The company has some big plans for their parks over the next 10 years. To the Point is back after this. Okay, finally tonight, all you self-proclaimed Disney adults, listen up. The park says that they plan on investing $60 billion into their theme parks over the next 10 years. That's nearly twice the amount spent on attractions in the 10 years before. The company has seen recent success in its parks and cruises that has offset struggles in streaming and online video content. Disney did not say which parks will see any part of that $60 billion investment, though. As always, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you have something you think we should be looking into, make sure you text us or email us. We love to hear from you. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.